If you've spent any time, scrolling through TikTok or Reels on Instagram and you've seen conservative influencers, or if you've seen the conservative trolls that'll occasionally pop up on this channel, you are well aware of the fact that Republicans are getting dumber. Right? That's not a secret. That's not a mind-blowing statement. Republicans are genuinely getting dumber. But we don't have to just look at the anecdotal evidence. We don't look at just a couple of trolls here or some, just completely dumb as dirt conservative influencers over there and say that that means the party as a whole is getting dumber, right? We need real empirical data to back it up. And we have that empirical data. Harry Enten, in a bit of a throwaway statement earlier this week, and of course he is CNN's data analyst who talks about polls all the time, he mentioned something that I think needed to be fleshed out a little bit more because it shows the basically de-evolution of the brains of Republicans. Here's what he said. GOP who say the 2020 election was stolen. Back in 2021, just after the 2020 election, 60% of Republicans believe the 2020 election was stolen. Of course, there's no proof of that whatsoever. Come forward 5 years later, this year right now, again, there's no proof, but now 63% of Republicans believe that the 2020 election was stolen. Now, he was talking about this, the kickoff point really was he was talking about Mike Collins, the guy running against John Ossoff for the Georgia Senate seat. Collins is the Republican, and he believes the election was stolen. But the number of Republicans after 5 years of no evidence at all, now more Republicans believe that the 2020 election was stolen. So they went 5 years with no proof, 5 years with actually proof that it wasn't stolen, but more of them say it was. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a party that is getting dumber. Why are they getting dumber, though? Well, I think we all know the answer to that as well, too. It's those same conservative influencers I mentioned just a few moments ago. Those people are genuinely stupid. And I mean that not as just an attack like, you're stupid. I mean genuinely, painfully, these are very low IQ people, to borrow the phrase from Donald Trump. I could, say what I'm actually thinking in my head right now about how not smart, I guess, these people are, but I'm not gonna go that low. But these are genuinely dumb people, most of them. Some of them are dumb for money, right? And there is a difference, and I've talked about this over the years. And it is important to distinguish who is a grifter and who's just genuinely dumb. And I'll put it to you this way. If you see them on TikTok or you see them on Reels, if they're filming videos with their phones, those are the genuinely stupid ones. For the most part, the people in the real studios with real cameras and equipment that did cost, tens of thousands of dollars, those are the people that are dumb for money. Michael Knowles says some of the dumbest shit you'll ever hear. But he's not stupid. He's pretending to be stupid because it pays his bills. Ben Shapiro, same way. Some of the other folks, even the ones with nice studios, definitely genuinely dumb. But it doesn't matter if they're pretending. It doesn't matter if they're actually dumb. Their stupidity, what they're putting out on the air, what they're putting in these videos, what they're feeding into the algorithm is causing the collective IQ of the entire Republican Party to drop. And yes, that is a problem. For anybody that has seen Idiocracy, you know how that movie begins, right? The smart people sitting there like, we've decided to put off having kids while the dumb as dirt folks are having like 20, 30 kids. And it's not coincidental that Republicans are telling people, have more babies. We need more Republican babies. That is literally the start of idiocracy, folks. And we're living in it. And that one-off statement by Harry Enten about that poll, that is the proof that we are well on that path to idiocracy. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.